Hello everyone, and welcome to this brand new behind the scenes video. My cat is basically tweaking here. I don't know what the hell he wants, but basically this cat, the way that this cat is it's a Persian, but he has a lot of thick hair, and basically you can touch him, but there's dreadlocks in here, right? So yeah, it's kind of, this guy's, he's kind of like annoying sometimes because sometimes he scratches you, so it is what it is. But anyway, this isn't a video about cats, but it's about like a kind of little life update. What am I gonna do on this video to keep myself company? I'm gonna eat some eggs and drink some coffee, and you're just gonna listen to my bullshit, okay? That's what we're gonna do. Let me just adjust this real quick. So basically, there's a lot that's kind of happened in my life over the past week, and I just want to share it kind of uncut. First thing is, been seeing this girl for quite some time. It didn't work out between us, so we broke up, and it's kind of been on my mind, and it's been laying heavy on my mind for quite some time now. Quite some few months it's been affecting me, and now it's officially over, and it's only been like a few days of no contact. So I like to be honest with you guys. Like, I want to have like, also for myself, like selfishly for myself, I want to document everything that I'm going through in my life on my behind the scenes channel, and my business channel is more like tactical business advice. And yeah, dude, it was fucking really hard, and we loved each other, we were there for each other, but certain changes weren't made within the relationship. And even though the person says I love you, even though the person says I'm sorry, the heart is still damaged, and over time that just takes a toll on you, on your confidence, on your self-worth. And basically that's what I've been going through. But on the contrary, things have started to pick up for us in Creator One, with Sebastian and I, with the business. We're getting really awesome clients on board. We're helping some really awesome people, and I'm just super stoked for that. And yeah, but it's let me actually talk about the heartbreak thing for a minute, because I think it's something that is probably the most painful thing that anyone could possibly go through, and it's extremely difficult, and it's something that there is no playbook for. There's no guide on, oh, this is how to probably break up with someone, this is how to end things, this is how to conduct a relationship in the most ethical way or whatever. So it's something that everyone has to kind of figure out for themselves. And a relationship is a mirror on yourself, on your self-worth, on your confidence. And you realize you made mistakes, you learn, and you go through it. And you just, at some point, you don't see yourself with being with anyone else. But because of the pain, because of the heartache, because of these situations, the abuse, whatever you want to call it, no matter the person and the amount of love and the amount of affection they show you, once your heart gets damaged, it doesn't have enough time to heal before it goes into the next situation where you get hurt again. And over time, whether that's 6 months, 2 months, 1 month, your heart deteriorates, and at some point it's just had enough. And the so-called love and I'm sorry and please don't leave me don't really help, because the situations haven't been solved, they haven't been improved, there haven't been like ways to overcome them. And that's what I've been going through, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, it's just been something that I think a lot of guys, especially young guys, struggle with, is love, relationships, being the person you want to be. Sometimes it's as simple as being together at the wrong time, and it sucks, and because you love them so much, you don't want to leave. And then there's this, it's just, there's so much complexity with relationships. And I'm so happy that I was able to go through that relationship, because I've learned so much, and I've developed myself so much. And I'll be completely honest. You won't be able to love in the same way as before, right? When I got into this relationship, I loved in a certain way. I was, super committed, super loving, did anything for them. And even though I'm going to do that in the next relationships, you're not going to do it in the same way because you've been hurt. And that's the honest but true reality of things, is you're never going to be the same person after a breakup. You're going to be different, you're going to be developed, you're going to be emotionally mature. And I think every man or woman probably, like, going through a relationship will make them stronger. It will make them grow. It will make them feel more in control of their life, in control of their decisions. And that's just something that I've learned and I wanted to share with you guys. It was extremely difficult, and yeah, building this business my dream business is going to be, I'm going to fuel it even more into this dream business, and you're going to see that over the next few months, because you're going to see undedicated, unwavering dedication to this. And for anyone that's been following me for a while, this video is probably going to get 10 views. That's the honest truth, because this behind the scenes channel is only for people that really care, or that want to know the behind the scenes of certain people's lives, and also for myself. You have to be okay to lose in order to win. You have to be okay to lose that job in order to get your dream job. You have to be okay to lose this relationship in order to get the one that you want. You have to be okay to lose in order to win. And that's the biggest thing that I've noticed throughout life, is everything comes at a cost. And if you're okay to lose, if you're okay to take risks, you're gonna have the room in order to win. In order to scale your business, you have to drop those clients that are energy vampires in order to grow. You can take that concept across every single possible facet of life and it stands true. You have to be in order to drop something in order to get something else. And, the same was with my business as it stands now. I had to drop my agency clients in order to grow the coaching side. And, I had to let go of certain friends to be around the friends that I have now. And it's hard. It's extremely difficult, but this is why I always, with every single one of my clients, I give them the 10-minute vision, which is a protocol that I take people through to build their dream life visually, right? Call it manifestation. Because once you have the vision constantly in front of yourself, you take actions that will constructively build that vision further. If you don't have a clear vision of what your life should be, and I do it over the 4 main pillars: health, wealth, relationships, and spirit. If you don't have that in front of you constantly, you're not going to take the right decisions. You're simply not. A lot of people have this dream life, but they don't even know constructively what it looks like. And then they don't know if the decisions that they take is going to get them closer to that vision or further away. And this is how you're able to make those hard decisions, is what I'm trying to say. Hard decisions are only backed up by an identity that you either want to keep or you want to leave. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to build my business. Me stuck in university, being told by a teacher that never built their business ever in their life, that hurt my identity that I wanted to move towards. So that hard decision of quitting university and following my dreams was easy. The same goes for, relationships. The person that I wanted to be didn't fit with that identity that I was holding on to. So you made that hard decision. And everyone has that identity that they want to become. Everyone wants to do these certain things, right? If you want to have a six-pack abs, be in the best shape possible, and you see that in your vision every single day, at some point, you will latch on to the person that you have to become to reach that identity. Not eating a bunch of junk food, working out, doing cardio, getting your steps in. These are all things that you need to follow. we're goal-striving beings, right? There's a reason why we're conquerors on Earth, is because once we get some food, we're not satisfied. We want more, right? Once you get your Lamborghini, you want more. Once you get your penthouse, you want more. This is why we're the conquerors on Earth, because we always want more. And that's just the truth about humanity. We're selfish and we're goal-striving beings. And we need to take advantage of that as individuals, as performers, as entrepreneurs. Once we set goals, you're automatically going to do the right things to achieve them, right? If you've read the book Psycho-Cybernetics, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And in that book, Maxwell Maltz talks about, you know, people that get plastic surgery. He was a plastic surgeon in the 50s. Once someone got their plastic surgery done, right, their face altered, whatever it might be, they looked in the mirror and they still didn't see themselves as perfect, and they had even more plastic surgery because they didn't. Their facial features changed, but their identity deep down didn't change. They were still the same person. They still have the same insecurities. So when you change your identity, when you change your goals, when you change your mindset, those are the things that actually have lasting change. So if I give someone, a poor person, $1 million, chances are they'll lose it. The same goes for if you look at lotto winners, right? People that win the lottery. If you look at it, I think it's 7 years, I think was the statistic. 7 years after a lottery winner gets the money, I think they have they spent like 90% of the money, or like 95% of the money, or they're back to square one, something like that. And it goes to show that like no matter how much you change your external, you won't be able to change your internal unless you change your identity. You work on these inner beliefs, these inner things that you need to shift within you. That's super powerful with what I do with my coaching clients. That's why I introduce the 10-minute vision to them. And that's what I teach in my content about shifting beliefs. It's the most important thing ever to make lasting change with people and to self-improve, is shifting that inner state to be the person that you want to become. Some people call it mindset. I don't use that term because it's just like, at this point, mindset can mean anything. I call it shifting your identity, shifting your reality. And that's just been super helpful, and that's been something that I've shifted my brand to extremely hard over the past few months, because I realized that's the thing that's ultimately stopping everyone to win. So hopefully this little rant session gave you guys a little bit of touch points and new perspectives and new vantage points to look at. And if you're going through something hard, if you're going through heartbreak, if you're going to anything relating to grief, I also wanted to say I'm with you, because I know how that feels like. And I know this video is getting quite deep, but like, you know, a friend of mine's mom passed away recently from cancer, and it's just like there's a lot of tough things that's happening in the world right now. And in order to help others, you need to help yourself first. You need to be that positive light. And if you look at a crowd of people, there's only a few sparks of light in that crowd of people. Not everyone is a beacon of hope. That's the truth. Not everyone can help people because they have work to do on themselves. And you need to get yourself right first. You need to get yourself right. You need to get your family right. You need to get your community right before you can externally help others around the world. And that's what I've realized with the coaching business as well. A lot of people want to help and make all this impact. Oh, I want to help thousands of people. I want to help 1,000 men. All of these big goals. And it's like, work on yourself, get yourself right, get your family right, get your friends right, get your community right. And trust me, once those things are in check, you will be able to help millions of people around the world. But people don't understand that step, right? How can you help other people externally from you if you don't know how to help yourself, if you don't know how to help those around you? You need to be that person that is that beacon of hope for people, that positive light, that super optimistic person that has everything sorted out. And that's why I'm such a big advocate for shifting your reality, self-improvement, self-development, whatever you want to call it, and just fucking getting at it. This is like, that's 90% of the game when it comes to entrepreneurship and building a business, is like working on yourself, committing to things, sticking to your word, building discipline, loving yourself unconditionally, working on your downsides, and just doing that for a long period of time. I hope this behind the scenes video gave you guys a bit of a new perspective. If you want to work with me, DM me the word one on Instagram or ask me any questions whatsoever. If you want the 10-minute vision template, DM me the word vision on Instagram. And yeah, guys, build your own reality, and I'm rooting for you. See ya.